Investigators continued efforts to identify victims of a deadly fire that ripped through a bar in the Swiss Alps town of Crans-Montana.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has named spy chief Kirill Budanov as his new chief of staff just over a month after his previous top aide resigned. US President Donald Trump has warned the United States will intervene if Iran kills protesters demonstrating against deteriorating economic conditions.
Investigators continued efforts on Friday to identify victims of a deadly fire that ripped through a bar in the Swiss Alps town of Crans-Montana during a New Year's Eve celebration. It is not yet clear what set off the blaze, which killed at least 40 people and injured about 115 others, many seriously. Authorities warned it could still take days or even weeks to identify everyone who perished. Emanuele Galeppini, a 16-year-old Italian golfer, was named by the Italian Golf Federation as the first of several possible victims from Italy to be identified. Many of the injured were transported to hospitals across Switzerland and neighboring countries, including Italy. Witnesses have told reporters that they saw a male bartender lifting a female bartender on his shoulders as she held a lit candle in a bottle, after which flames spread, collapsing the wooden ceiling. Some also said official escape routes did not have enough room to allow everyone to evacuate in time. While officials said it was too early to determine the fire's cause, investigators have already ruled out the possibility of an attack. Russian forces targeted energy facilities across several Ukrainian regions overnight, causing fires and leaving many residents without power. Zaporizhzhia was hit by Russian drones 9 times, according to the regional military administration, damaging multiple residential buildings and commercial facilities. Many residents remained without power on Friday morning. In Odessa, around 11,000 consumers were still without power on Friday following earlier strikes. 2 people were injured and a school was damaged in a separate attack on the Dnipropetrovsk region, according to the regional military administration. Meanwhile, Ukraine's military confirmed it had struck a military gathering in Russian-occupied Kherson on Thursday, but denied targeting civilian sites. Moscow accused Ukraine of striking a hotel and a cafe, claiming 27 had died in the attack. A spokesman for Ukraine's general staff accused Russia of using disinformation and false statements to disrupt the ongoing peace negotiations.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Friday named military intelligence chief Kirill Budanov as the new head of his office after his previous top aide resigned in November over a corruption scandal. In response to his appointment, Budanov said he had accepted the nomination and would continue to serve Ukraine. The 39-year-old is credited with a series of daring operations against Russia since Moscow launched its all-out assault against its neighbor in 2022. Budanov's nomination also comes at a key moment in a nearly 4-year war, with Zelensky announcing recently that a U.S. brokered deal to end the conflict was 90% ready. According to the Ukrainian president, a series of diplomatic meetings will be held to that effect, with the first being talks on Saturday between Ukraine's national security advisors, cabinet members, and EU and US officials, something Budanov is expected to be in charge of.
U.S. President Donald Trump said on Friday that Washington is, quote, locked and loaded to respond if Tehran killed any protesters as hyperinflation demonstrations turned deadly. Protesters clashed with security forces on Thursday in several Iranian cities, with 6 people reportedly killed. Trump warned on his social media platform, Truth Social, that the U.S. will come to the protesters' rescue if the government resorted to what he called their typical killing of peaceful demonstrators. Shopkeepers in Tehran went on strike on Sunday over chronically high prices and economic stagnation as the currency plunged to a new record low. The Iranian rial plummeted to 1.42 million against the US dollar, contributing to a 72% rise in food prices and an inflation hovering above 40%.